What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with yours truly, of course, Machiavelli. Hope you all are having a great day today, and today we're back with another speed build. And today we're actually me doing one of my favorite builds I have done in a while. Like, I love this build to the moon and back. I don't know what it is. The living room is... it's so me. I don't know, it's funny how when I make these builds, I just start creating, you know. I didn't really like plan anything out, but then when you actually start seeing things come together, it looks so good. I don't even know, guys. I don't know. I just love the way it came out. I love this apartment to like the moon and back. It's just me, you know. If I could say this is my apartment, I would love to live here. I just love the walls and all that stuff. Does it look a little bit girly? A bit, but it's not that bad. Just fish a few things and you'll be good. I don't know, I just love this apartment. It is hella my style. But anyways, guys, sorry about that, guys. If you hear me sniffle, I'm a little bit sick. I thought my cold was over with, but it ain't, so rip to myself. But anyways, guys, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for today. I have zero clue what I'm gonna be calling this again. Maybe a Tumblr or something. I don't know. I found this inspiration. Actually, didn't find it anywhere. I just made it up myself. But I kind of went with this very, I don't know how to describe it. Very like artistic feel to it, you know, because there's one part where, like, my favorite part, which is living room, I added like a brick, but then I added like another set of brick. You'll see it. It's really cool. It's like my favorite part. And today we're just gonna be doing the living room and the kitchen, and because there's no dining room, and then the next part we'll be doing the bathroom and the bedroom. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, there's CC links down below, because y'all have been like, oh, I need some CC links. There you guys go. I have some CC links down below. I will say though, is like with the cluttery pieces or for like the books and stuff, I get them in like a pack, so it'll be like get like out like a clutter pack in a sense, and then I just end up like only using that thing. So you might have to like end up getting the whole thing just to get one piece, or you can just find it. I have no clue how it works, but I just do warn you, because sometimes I use one thing out of the whole pack of 20, so you never know. So I warn you on that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. Honestly, like I said before, one of my favorite builds I've done in a while. I'm actually making this build for one of my Sims that are gonna be living here. Maybe that's why I went off on it. I don't know. I just love it. And if you guys don't know this about me, I love open cabinets. It's just me, you know. I was going to do an all-white apartment, but I couldn't, you know. I had to add little touches of color here and there, but that's something that I love to do. I love having white walls, or neutral walls in a sense, gray, maybe blue, but that's pretty much it. But like a gray or white wall, and then I use accent pieces to bring the place to life. That's just how I like to design in a sense, you know, because I feel like with a white wall you have an open canvas, while if you use like other colors, then you have to narrow it down to colors that match with that color, you know what I mean? So by using white and all that, you can use all the colors and it still will look good, you know, because I tied down, I put some teal in it, I put some yellow in it, I put some orange in it, pink in it, like a bunch of other colors, and just all ties them together because the walls are neutral, you know? But anyways, guys, I hope you all did enjoy this, like, me talking about this build. I did talk about it more than I normally do, which is good. So anyways, I hope you guys do enjoy this build. And today, guys, what we're actually going to be talking to you guys about is I'm going to be talking to you guys about my Sims family. I don't know, I thought it'd be funny. I was thinking of stories to tell you guys, but I thought, why not tell you guys my first ever, like, not my first ever, but my most important Sims, not LP, but like my Sims save file in a sense. It's called the Phillips. If you guys have watched my current household videos, I told you guys that I'm playing with the Phillips family, and I've been playing with them since April 2015. Oh my god, guys, this April it's gonna be 3 years on April the because it came before the first expansion pack, and the first expansion pack came in late April. So and maybe like April the 15th, April the 5th, something around there, I started playing with this this save file, and it's gonna be now like I said 3 years. So I thought I'd come to you guys and talk to you guys about, or tell you guys like the story behind it and like where it happened with it, and just I thought it would be really fun because I added a lot of drama, like a lot. I just thought it'd be fun for you guys to like know. I don't know. If you guys want to if you guys don't want to hear it, let me know in the comments below. If you guys want to hear any more, let me know in the comments below. Just let me know if you guys like it or not. If you guys don't like it, then I'll stop. But if you guys want to hear more, then I'll keep on going. So we're gonna start with from the very beginning. Right now I'm on generation number 13. No, yeah, I'm on generation number 13, but on my other save file I'm on generation number 12. I'll talk about that one like in the next few builds when I get to that. But I'm on generation number 1 right now. So first generation, we started off as, it wasn't even supposed to be a legacy challenge, to be honest. You know when you're just bored and you want a new challenge, or not a challenge, when you want a new save file? Yeah, that's what happened. So I was bored, and and people were doing, at that time they're doing the runaway teen challenge, and I really wanted to do that. So what I had myself do, I had my sim, I had a sim family or sim household. I had a teenager, her name was Maggie, and then I had 2 kids. One was name was, the guy was name was Isaiah, and then the younger one was name was Skylar. And so it started off as this runaway teen challenge where the teen would like, you know, do all the work and just like try to survive with the kids. And I did that for about a long time until they all grew up, and so it was fun. I enjoyed it, but you know, you just didn't want to stop playing. And I guess growing up, I've always had a wild imagination, so I kind of work with that with this household. I started putting my imagination with it, and I warn you guys right now, you guys need to have an imagination to make for this to make sense to you guys. Okay, you just need to, because I did some ridiculous things, but in my head it made sense to me. You guys have to have an imagination for this. I warn you. So pretty much what happened is, so we're gonna skip through it because nothing really happened. So Skylar, not Skylar, my bad. So Maggie, who's the eldest, aged up, and then she ended up falling in love with this older guy. She actually fell in love with him when she was like a young adult, and he was like an adult. And literally, they had 1 kid together. His name was Kai. Yes, I named him Kai from EXO because at that time Kai was my bias, and he still is. So, anyways, love you, Kai. Moving on. So they had their kid, and then sadly her husband passed away, and then she ended up marrying a different dude. I forget what his name was. He's from the, if you guys remember from like the base game, he was that blonde dude that lived in the best friend's house. Yeah, y'all know him by now. Yeah, he's that blonde guy. I think it was Travis. I don't remember his name, but yeah, she ended up marrying him. And they had a daughter together, and I forget what her name was, but I didn't actually get to play with her because I stopped playing with that family at that time. So anyways, that's Maggie's side. Then on the other side of the family, we have Isaiah, and Isaiah pretty much, again, I don't know why all these people are just marrying older people. Isaiah, I don't know what happened, but he started dating Dina Caliente when he was in high school. She was way older, and she never knew that, but he kept on dating her until he graduated, and then he told her, and they kind of got into a fight. They broke up, but then they got back together, and then yeah, they got married, and then they ended up having like 6 kids. Yeah, they had 2 boys. No, they had 2 boys. Then they had a set of girls. Then they have a girl, then another boy, then twins. I remember that. And then like little by little, their marriage started falling apart. I don't know, I don't say he became unfaithful, but he just started like goofing around and not taking them seriously, you know. I didn't really finish their story because at that time I was focusing on Skylar. That's pretty much what happened with Isaiah. I don't know, I just don't want you guys leaving guys. Here you go. This is my favorite part where I did in the back right there. It's so good. But anyways, I just didn't want you guys to be like, oh my god, what happened to the other people? That's what happened to them. Moving on now. So yeah. Okay. Moving on now. So, the main person I was going to be playing with was Skylar, right? So what happened with Skylar? You guys have to remember all this because it's going to come straight back. So what happened with Skylar? Skylar, in high school, started dating this guy, and they fell in love. Even though like she came from like a, you know, a little poor family, and he was like one of the richest guys in school, it didn't matter to him in a sense. They just loved each other that much, and so they dated through high school, and then they started again dating when they graduated, and then they ended up getting married. And exactly when she got married, they decided that she was going to go ahead and live with them. It was all a lie. That's the best way I can describe it. It was all a lie. The guy I forget his name, but the guy that Skylar ended up marrying not marrying her for love. It was kind of like he sacrificed, because where they live in this community, right, where they need to give back to the community in a sense, like, you know, with charities and all that. And so since that household, they wanted to be like, you know, the #1 charity, they decided that they were gonna let son marry a poor girl. That's what happened. And so when she got to the house after they got married, she actually got like a little reality check in a sense, because the parents did not like her. Like her stepmom or stepparents, they hated her. Like they mistreated her so bad. And so for like a few years she would live there, and then like they would like tell, pretty much she was the maid. She had all the cooking, she had all the cleaning. She had to like learn piano because, you know, she's the quote unquote daughter-in-law of these famous people, so she has to have some type of talent. So they kind of force her to learn piano, because if they ever had like a gathering, which they have a lot, she has to play the piano just to show off her skills. And so she had to learn the piano. She had to learn the piano. She had to, like, you know, she pretty much had to do everything around the house for them. It was terrible. She like hated her life. But then she ended up getting pregnant a few years later, and she had her first child, and his name was Sebastian. He was the boy of the family. And when Sebastian came to his life, she kind of felt better in a sense, you know. Her step-parents started stopped mistreating her that much. She wasn't even allowed to go and see her actual family. Can you believe that? Like, they tried, but they wouldn't let her. It was crazy. I know you must be wondering, like, why is she not, like, leave them, right? Because at the end of the day, she really thought that, she really did believe that that dude that she married loved him, and maybe it was just her step-parents that were just rude to her. But no, he was starting to be rude to her. You could see that he was drifting away. Like, it was like, you know, when you're acting, and then the act is over, and you're like, oh, you're breathing fresh air, and you just don't want to do it anymore. That's what happened with him. He just fell out. Like, they stopped, like, you know, being romantic. He'd always come from work, I'm tired, and just never want to talk to her, until one day she decided, like, you know, sneak out the house and go follow him because something that seemed fishy. And she found out that he had a second lover that was with the whole family too. They went out for like a family dinner. They didn't invite her and the child. No, we went on a family dinner, and they didn't invite her. They brought Sebastian, but they just didn't bring her. And they ended up bringing this other girl who was quote unquote his like side chick, like her little boo thing. And she was totally pissed off. She's like, how can y'all just sit there and like, what? Her heart was crushed. She was just mentally broken in a sense. And I think that's where the actual like Skylar grew. So what happened at that time was and you'll be like, oh my god, did you play like this? I did play like this. This is 110% how I played my game. And so what happened after that, Skylar wanted revenge on the family, you know. She's like, you know, she's tired of it. She's tired of playing by the rules. She's tired of flipping doing all this work for them. Like, she didn't like get her education for this, you know. But at that time she was pregnant with her second child, so she couldn't really do anything at that time. So she waited, then her child was born, and she had another child named Skylar. But Sophie. She had another child named Sophie. And so, or Sophia, my bad, Sophia. And so Sophia now was the second child, and so it was all good. Because again, I don't know what happens, but after she has a child, they started like treating her good, who knows. So everything would happen. So pretty much what happened was, after she had the Sophia, she started making up a plan on how she was going to get revenge on her family, how she was going to go ahead and try to, you know, I don't know, she just wanted to strike back, you know, clap back at them for all the stupid shit or all the rude things they've done to her. So what she did was, after she said to herself, after like the kids turned like from babies to children, because we didn't have toddlers back then, she would strike. So one day after Sophia's 10th birthday, she actually went upstairs and gave both her grandparents, because she hated them the most out of everyone, she gave both her grandparents a Viagra pill. And so they just, you know, they went off and they just did some stuff. They gave them both 2 Viagra pills. And so they went off and, you know, they did their thing all day, and they ended up both dying from exhaustion. Dead serious, that's how it happened. They both died from exhaustion, and it was terrible. And so what happened was, our girl pretty much packed up all her stuff. She had because what happened was, he would always tease her with divorce, you know, be like, listen, if you don't do this or do that, I'm going to divorce you, right? So she always had a thing of signed divorce paper that he always thought that was forfeited, but no, she actually signed it just for a joke. He wasn't actually going to do it, but, you know, he just did it just to say, yo, if you don't, like, do what I want you to do, I'm gonna divorce you. So anyway, she found the divorce papers and signed it herself, and this threw it at the bed foot, took the kids, took the money that she had saved up and some other stuff in the house, and left. She left the house and moved out, and a whole nother thing happened. So that's really like part one of the first generation. Part two will be coming out tomorrow. If you guys want to hear the rest, let me know down in the comments down below. Hope y'all did enjoy this build. Again, look at that living room though, it is so nice. Again, go to the description down below for all of the CC, and I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. As always, have a great day, guys. I'm out. Deuces, peace, bye, love y'all, bye, later, guys.